Good to see you, or not see you, but know that some of you are here right now.
Well, most people actually see these things after they being
Afterwards.
published. So
Yeah.
hello. For today, we're gonna answer some of the questions. They came through email, most of them, right?
And Instagram.
And Instagram.
Mhm.
So if you have any questions, we open the chat here, so you can chat with us live. And Lisa's gonna run the show. So
Yeah.
be my guest.
Okay. Beautiful.
What people care about? Tell me.
What people care about, I would say today mostly is around finances. So I'm going to jump into that quickly. So the first question that we have is how the financing is structured, and if the MEV is planning to have a partnership with a bank, and what the required down payment for a home loan in Spain is in percentage.
Well, I can answer this actually. There is an option to buy the plot, and that option will be available in about 3-4 months from now. You can buy your own plot, and that will be a down payment. Will be considered a down payment. You would also own your plot, and an annex to that contract would say that we oblige ourselves to build a house for you as agreed upon. So that will be one way to have a down payment for your house. Another way would be to get a loan from a bank. That's the normal way all people do it, and it is possible, yes, to get a loan through a Spanish bank, but it's about 30 to 40% that you need to have. You being a foreigner, I assume. There's not so many Spanish people in the project, so mostly foreigners. So for a foreigner, you would have to register here in Spain with something called NIE. That's a personal identification number, and open a bank account. And hopefully, with the same bank, you can apply for a loan. If you have 30% of the sum, that should be okay. You can also do that in your own country, because that was another question that we get a lot. In your own country, you can ask banks if they finance a house purchase in Spain. Scandinavian countries do that. I know that. In Norway, we're sure that there is at least 3 banks that do that. One of them is DNB. DNB is the biggest bank in Norway, and they do have even an office down here. And then you have DNB Luxembourg that deals only with loans in Spain. So it is absolutely possible. And I think the requirements are also between 30 and 40% of the sum. You can maybe get a better deal. I don't know, but you would have to ask your bank about that. Regarding partnerships, we think that would be a possibility, and we already talked to several banks regarding this, and they're very interested. But up until now, we haven't really talked with the banks. Only from a customer experience. We talk to them in a way that would benefit us with our accounts, our company accounts, and loans and such. And among those discussions, the customers would also mention whether they would get a loan or not, and if that would be possible. And everybody said yes, everybody's interested, but it depends a bit on where we settle our accounts. If our accounts would be with that bank, that would probably be very easy to facilitate loans for the customers as well. Everybody wants to borrow money, right? So yeah, banks. That's what banks do. If you didn't know, now you know. So it is possible that we will have a partnership with a bank. We just didn't decide which bank we will where we will have our accounts, because we didn't need a loan up until now. If we will in the future, it will be smart to have it with the same bank that gives you the loan that you require.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. But yeah, there are possibilities in your own country or here in Spain.
I know that in Germany it's also possible to, especially with Spain. There are some countries in Germany that German banks give loans to, and Spain is one of these because it is a very common investment option for a lot of people from Germany
Yes.
also. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know about other countries, but Norway and Germany, they definitely
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Well, chances are, I mean, a lot of people come from Norway and Germany actually in this project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't speak German yet, it's maybe time to start.
I have to start on my Norwegian. Oh, okay.
Good.
Good.
What's next?
What's next? The next one is, what is the current status of school options?
Yeah. You want to take this? Because you know everything about it.
Yeah. So for the schools, we have up until now mostly been thinking about Montessori schools, as a lot of you probably know. An issue that we are facing right now is with the calculations that we've been doing so far, that for one child to go through that system, it would be about 600 euros per child per month. And the whole idea of the MEV is that we're, if we want to, that we can have a life that is very, maybe not for free, but almost for free. If you want to work in the gardens and do things like that. So that is for a lot of people not really an option. So right now we're really looking into, Montessori is not off the table, but we're looking into options that might be a little bit more affordable for people. So we can't really fully say 100% yet what that is going to look like, because we want to make sure that it is a very affordable option also for people. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is too much. 600 euros, and if you have 3 kids, and suddenly it's a very substantial sum.
Yeah.
A lot of people have kids in this project. There's a lot of
I
families,
think
and
almost,
almost
like
everyone.
80% or something. Yeah.
So we're trying to find ways to lower that sum down. I understand that it's more expensive for small children in kindergarten age, because the requirements for how many kids per teacher, that's way higher for small kids, and it's a bit better after 5 or 6 years old, I think. So we would try to structure this in a way that would be satisfactory to everyone. And I mean, we've been talking so much about setting up a group with people that have kids, so they can decide.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't want to decide. My kids are big. They
They don't need school.
they work and all that, so I'm down with that. So it would be so nice if you guys can get together and brainstorm, and we can connect Laura maybe to that group, and this other person that we talked to, and then you guys can find a solution. We'll make it. We will build it, and we will keep it, and we will give everyone the tools to have the solutions that they desire in the math. But you would have to agree first, and it shouldn't be me or Alisa. Alisa doesn't have kids. You don't, right?
Yeah, exactly. So this is something that is very dear to my heart, actually, in this project, that we create the things that we want to see in the MEV come to life. So if you are a parent and you want to live there and you want your kids to go through the school system, it is very important to me that you could reach out, and we could, like Iancu said, like create a big group, and we can talk about what do you as parents want for your kids. It doesn't make sense for us to decide what kind of school system your kid is going to go through. So it's really important for us that we can all shape that together in a way that feels good for the community. Yeah.
Absolutely. Another thing that's worth mentioning is that a lot of these people that wrote to us since the beginning of the project, a lot of them are teachers or working in schools, and they were wondering if they can get a job there. And even a system like Montessori, they don't have to have all the teachers certified for Montessori schooling. They can be, 1, 2 certified that would run the entire school, but the rest can be assistants and normal teachers. Or they can have very few courses to be certified, like basically certified. So we can get a lot of help from the village as well, and find solutions that fit the village, not necessarily a standard Montessori school.
Yeah. But something that we get asked a lot, and that is the second question after that also, is when will that system be opened? So in the very first phase of the project, we will already have kids there that are small who need some form of how do you say this in English? Like, okay, no, how do you say this? Looking after, care.
Care.
So it is very important for us that we set that up as soon as possible. So we know that this is one of the biggest requirements for everybody. So yeah.
Just so you guys know, there are schools all over planet. Even planets have a school that's actually quite nice. I mean, from the outside, all the sports areas are brand new, and
Oh, really?
yeah, and also Beniares, that's only 3 kilometers away. Then you have Alcoy, which is a university city. It's a really big city, and they have a lot of schools. And I mean, it's only 12.5 kilometers away, so it's not that far. There's a lot of Spanish schools and other types of schools in the area. But of course, we want our own.
Yeah, we definitely want our own, but yeah, it's good to know that there's options also.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people told me that they would like to get their kids into a Spanish school because if they move permanently into a Spanish country, they would, like their kids to integrate 100%, and it's way easier. Kids pick up a language really, really fast, and a lot of the Norwegians living here in Albir, where we live now, there are 25,000 Norwegians living here.
In Albir?
In this area, yeah. It's the biggest Norwegian community outside of Norway in the world. And most of them have their kids in Spanish schools. Even though there's 3 Norwegian schools around here, but most of the kids go in Spanish schools because they live in Spain now, so they need to learn Spanish. So I mean, we will teach these kids Spanish and all that. I mean, it's a Spanish city, even though it only has international inhabitants, but it will be a Spanish city. So even with a Montessori system, it would be kids will learn Spanish.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next one is actually you kind of answered that a little bit already. Where are the MEV residents from? Are there any Scandinavians and people from Norway? So apparently, I don't know that. We have a lot of Norwegian people already here.
Funny fact, I think I mentioned this before, but after the elections in America, we got bombarded with emails from America. So and there's quite a lot of Americans right now interested in joining the project, and I mean I love that. I mean, America has been a great country for so many years, and their mentality and their way of life, I think they fit perfect into the math. Because these people applying for the math, they're no matter where they are. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of Scandinavians, there's a lot of Dutch people, Germans, Americans, UK, UK quite a lot, yeah. But I mean, they're all Western cultures, so it's más o menos, more or less, it's the same. And of course, all of these people applying for to live in the MAV, they do care about the same things. They want to have they want to practice slow living, and they care about the quality of their food, and they care about their health. They care about community, and I mean the values are pretty much the same. So it doesn't really matter where they come from, but it's definitely easier if they come from Western countries because the mentality is pretty much the same.
Yeah. What else do we do? I think we also have people from because you were talking about the US. It's also Mexico and Canada, right? We also have people from other North
Mexico,
America.
Canada, some from Eastern Europe. I'm from Eastern Europe myself. I come originally from Romania, even though I lived in Norway for over 20 years. So yeah, it's a very international project. But as I said, the thing that unites us are the values. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I really love that. Okay, just one thing that I really like about that, even though yes, it's mostly Western countries, each country still has their own cultures and their own practices and rituals and so on. And I really like getting to know other people's like daily rituals. Like I didn't know, for example, that tacos were so big in Norway. Like this is something
Yeah.
I didn't know before, and I
Taco
love
and
to
pizza.
get. Yeah, I love to get to know these rituals in other countries, and that we can mix them, and that we can yeah, tell other people about our own culture also. And I think that's really cool. And ideas. We all have different ideas coming from different countries. And I think it's amazing to put all of them together in the MEV.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's something I'm excited about.
Hey, Caitlin's here.
Ah,
Hello.
Caitlin. Okay, the next one is are there still houses available for phase one, and how many houses are left for phase two?
Well, there are, because even though now we have a lot of people interested, even though not everyone has reserved for phase two. Actually, not so many people expressed the desire to move into the phase one, because phase one means next year. And next year, yes, we're building some houses next year, but the common areas won't be finished next year. Some basic common areas will be finished, yeah, the year after, and phase two. So that's why most of the people expressed the need to move in phase two. And yes, there are probably a couple of places in phase one, and quite a few in phase two.
Yeah.
Most of the people were a bit vague when it comes to when they want to move, but yeah, a
Because they
lot.
don't know themselves.
Yeah, they don't know themselves. Yeah, most of the people said phase two, but there's quite a lot that said 3 or more years, because they need to settle their thing and their family problems, and school for the kids and whatnot. You know, they moving to a new country is not, just back and go. It's not that easy for everyone. For some, might be easier. Like me and Belinda, we've done it in a week. But yeah, I think that there will be still places for phase two, if you're interested.
Yeah. And phase one you meant, right?
Yeah, phase one and
Phase
two.
one, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you are interested in being here in phase one and helping us from the ground up, we're happy for you to reach out to us. Yeah, cool. Okay, the next question is for the 10K commitment. Do you only secure a spot in the community, or can you specifically secure a spot for a house? So, shall I?
Yeah. Please.
So the commitment fee is really for us to see that you're committed to the project, and it is also really important for the investors to see that you're committed in the project. So the more commitment we show, the more likely it is for really amazing investors to want to invest, and the quicker we can start with the building process. So that is one. That is
Actually,
one part.
it's not about the. I have to correct you here. It's not the building process that is dependent on investors, but it's a time frame.
The time frame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we will start building anyway. The project is already funded, and we have a business plan, a working business plan, and we're cash flow positive. So this will happen one way or another. But it's about the time frame, because more good loans that we can get, because bad loans we can get a lot, as you very well know, but more good loans from investors that care about the project with low interest, more of that we can get. The time frame will change. So instead for the entire village being completed in 5 years, if some of these loans get through, we can maybe half that period and be finished with everything in 2.5 years. I mean, yeah,
Would be really cool.
that would be really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, just to make it simple to understand, when we done the feasibility study, parts of it came from our own money and some investors, and parts of it came from people buying their houses in the first and the second phase. And with that money, we continue further, and so on and so forth. But having all the money in the beginning, of course, it would speed up the process. We can start more aggressively with construction and get everything done faster. So yes, your 10K will show the investors, will show the banks, and everyone we work with that we have interested people, and that's the guarantee they need in order to help us out way faster. And that 10K will guarantee you a spot in the community, and it will guarantee you a spot, a house plot, and a house. You will get a contract. Having that reservation, you will get a contract for a house. So you will get a house as you desire, either a individual house or some of the modular houses that we're building. So you will get a house if that was the question. If you're asking for a specific plot, you cannot reserve a specific plot with 10K. You would have to invest more in order to do that. I think we have that specified on the website, right?
I don't know if we have. Yes, we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have that on the website. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think that answers it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that answers it really well. Okay. Then the next question will be, when will you start to actually build?
Yeah, well, it depends what you mean by building this project. We're actually building a city. We call it a village, but it's a small city. So the work's already started. According to the last infrastructure report that we got from the lawyers, 48% of the infrastructure is already built in place. We're gonna restart with leveling some of the plots and clearing up some of the other areas around the end of February or the beginning of April, and the actual houses in May, June. That will be the start of building your house.
Very, very excited for that.
Yeah, me too.
Cannot wait.
Me too. I can't wait. Yeah.
Okay. Then we also have. Oh yeah, I like this one. How's the water pollution and the fishes in the water? Would I need to pay to be able to fish? So the answer is that
You will have to pay Alisa every day.
exactly. Yeah, that's the answer. We're done.
It's fishing is free in there. It's a lake, so you have to pay for fishing in rivers. You will have to pay, but fishing in the sea or lakes, I believe, is free in Spain. And that lake, I would have to check that just to make sure, and then we can post the results. But the pollution in the water is non-existent because the water there, the lake, it's actually a reservoir. That means all the water supply comes from groundwater, and that's non-polluted water. It's drinkable. I wouldn't recommend drinking water from the lake, but we have groundwater on the plot. We have 2 wells, and with running water, and that used to be drinkable water, but we would have to install a new filter, obviously, just to make sure that it's in perfect shape. But yeah, it's non-polluted drinkable water. That's what you find in the lake as well.
Yeah, and you saw people fishing there already, right? So
Yeah, we actually saw people fishing there. So that means there must be fish. Or maybe
Hopefully, yeah.
maybe not, because I've seen a lot of people that are going to fish for the meditation
For
part
the
of it.
serenity of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fish in my bathtub, but
That's your bathtub. Yeah.
yeah, but that's probably the analogy we can draw. A fishing plant is not getting anything. I don't know. We just have to see. But yeah, the water is not polluted at all, and there might be fish since we've seen people fishing.
Yeah.
So that answers it. Yeah, I think.
I, for one, am really looking forward to swimming in that lake.
Yeah, me too.
Really looking forward to that. Yeah. Okay, and then we have the last question. I think we already answered it, but that's are there still available plots? And the answer to that is yes.
Yeah, if you want to reserve, there's quite a few plots now reserved, but there's still a lot of good plots to be reserved, big plots, and plots with great views. And
I mean, all of the views are kind of great. But
yeah, but some are greater than others. We have to be honest. Yeah. I mean, since the plot is terraced from from top to the lake. It's about 100 meters level difference, and it's all on terraces. So no matter where your house is, you will not see your neighbor in the front. You will have a view over the area. But some people like the lake view better. Some others like the mountain view better.
You.
Yeah, like me. So there are some plots that are exceptional where you can see the entire thing. I guess that would be more attractive for people, but it's kind of difficult to really realize how it is online. What we can do, actually, we can have some videos from different areas in the map, just short panorama videos, and people can see how the view looks from a certain plot. And if they're interested in that, they can reserve them.
Yeah. I mean, I personally would always recommend everybody to come down and see it in person, because I have seen some of the pictures that you have sent me. And for some reason, I don't know why it is there, but the view, especially, it felt very different seeing it in person or seeing it on a picture. I don't know. And you have a good camera, so I don't know why it feels so different. But there's a certain depth to it in real life that is very difficult to
I think
capture.
for me, I really appreciate contrast when I'm looking at the horizon. I can, I don't know, I really love the raw nature, green mountains, depth. So that's why the mountain view really excites me. But a lot of the people that went on the plot, they said, no, we want to see the water. We love the water, and it's not as drastic, that view. I think that's the way I can put it, because that mountain behind it is not as big as the other side. So even though it's not as drastic, the water view, I don't know, makes people happy.
Yeah.
So it's a very individual, preference, I guess.
I thought I would prefer the lake view because before I came here in person, and then in person I was like, wow, I really like this other view almost better. Yeah.
Yeah, Belinda likes the lake view. I like the mountains.
You need a plot where you can see both.
Or we just compromise and looking at the lake, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, these were the main questions, and I see these questions coming over and over again. People wonder very much about the same things, and it's normal. I mean, these are the things that matter when you buy a house. How will you get a loan? When can you reserve? What's the structure and all of that? There will be some sort of financing options within the MAV as well, but we don't want to talk about it just yet, because it can vary quite a lot, and I don't want to give people false hope or false information yet. But there will be available solutions from the MAV itself. So MAV can act as a bank to a certain degree. For example, when it comes to down payments, if you were to move in 3 years from now, a very popular way of doing things is that you would pay 20%, and that would represent the value of the plot. We give the plot on your name, so you don't have to invest or give us money for nothing. You would own your plot, and then another 20% when the house is up, and the third year, maybe the rest, or another small percentage. And deals like this can be made, but we don't know yet if we can act as a traditional bank, such as pay us a small fee for 30 years. That's we haven't really thought about it. It could be an option, like a rent to buy sort of option, but we're not 100% sure yet. But we are looking into it actively, and it depends on so many things. So just stay tuned, and we'll let you know.
Okay, wonderful. So if anyone who's here in the live right now still having any questions, you can ask us in the chat about that. If people are actually here and not just watching
We
the
actually have no
recording.
way of seeing, but If you have any questions, just send us an email, and on the next Q&A, we can address those questions. We always address all the questions that we get, as long as they're reasonable. Yeah.
What would be an unreasonable question?
Like, what would be the name of the cult?
The cult. Yeah, actually, we get that asked a lot.
Yeah, quite a lot. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, so no cult.
yeah.
Just a nice community. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I think that's it, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Alisa. And see you next time.
See you.